99 is first, followed by 59.
99.
Hi, it's Ron Moore, MTV News. Congratulations. The first question I want to ask is, when you talk about the Oscars and particularly Black stories and how they're honored, there's a huge swathe of films and honorees that have told stories about slavery and segregation and modern day forms of Black trauma, and that's no discredit to those stories because those stories are really important. But I would love for you guys to talk about what it means to you to be standing here as Oscar winners with a story that is so positively about Black family and particularly Black fatherhood. I'm such a fan of the film.
Yeah, for us, this was kind of an opportunity, I think, to put a little bit of positivity in animation. Back when we did the Kickstarter campaign in 2017, there wasn't a lot of representation in animation. And when I was coming across a lot of these viral videos of dads doing their daughter's hair, they were just so inherently joyful. Our biggest challenge was just to maintain that joy that made people gravitate towards those videos in the first place. And so to be here with doing something like this that centers Black hair and Black families, it's literally a dream, and I never would have thought in a million years we would win an Oscar for something like this. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we hope that the success of this really just shows that those positive images are things that people want to see, and you can have the variety of imagery. You can do those stories that are more dramatic or sort of more sad, but the joyous ones are just as possible and powerful also.
Yep.
Brittany Jackson here, off to your left. Yes, representing LA Sentinel. Congratulations to you, Matthew, Karen, on this honor. There's a unique father-daughter relationship presented here in Hair Love. I wanted to know, is this father in any way identifying himself with identifying how to approach the beautiful complexity of his daughter's hair? And also, what does this film say about identity in the broader scheme of what it means to be Black today?
Could you repeat that first part? I'm sorry, I didn't follow.
So the first part is, there's a unique father-daughter relationship here. Is the father in any way identifying himself through identifying on how to approach doing his daughter's hair?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about Hair Love is that it really was born out of wanting to kind of flip those gender norms that we normally see. It's so crazy because oftentimes fathers, when they do basic tasks in the household, it's like, oh my God, look at fathers being dads, you know what I mean? For us, we just wanted to try to help normalize it. And then in terms of, maybe you can answer the second question.
About just representation in general? Yeah, I think the thing for us is that, Black hair is very close and personal to us, and so by policing Black hair, it's like policing ourselves. So freeing Black hair means freeing ourselves, and I really want to get stories out that allows us to express ourselves and make it okay to walk the streets however we look with our hair.
Number 78 is next, followed by 195.
Hi, congratulations, Matthew and Karen. This is Brooke Obie with Shadow and Act. Hey. So we are so excited for you all. We knew this would happen. It's like we're thrilled for you. So I would like to know how the Crown Act got on your radar, because this is such a beautiful short film that you've created, but to make it also have a message that can actually make change in the country, I think is amazing. So tell us about that.
Well, for us, again, representation and animation was really important to us, and the Crown Act was a real-life component to the message that we were trying to get across with the short film. Senator Holly J. Mitchell, who was a senator here in California, she authored the bill. And Dove actually backed our Kickstarter campaign, and we have a special thanks to them in the credits, and they're a big sponsor of the petition to try to help get it in different states. And so for us, when you see a story like DeAndre Arnold's, the young gentleman that was the wrestler who had to cut his locks before the match, when something like this comes about where you can actually have the potential to create a real change and stop these stories from happening, it was our pleasure to get a part of it. And I'm so glad that we were able to actually shout that out on the stage, because I think it's important. And I think if that gets passed, then we won't have these same stories. It'll be a better life for our kids.
195, followed by 170.
Good evening. Congratulations, Matthew and Karen. Karen, I follow you on social media. I just Facebooked you. Was like, hey, I'm in the media room. I'm so excited for you. Karen, this question is for you. Talk with me a little bit about when you realized that our hair, black hair, was so political, and how did you reconcile that? How did you manage existing in mainstream spaces when your hair was, or your hairstyle was challenged?
You know, it's interesting. I have a real connection to DeAndre's story because I'm from Texas. And so, you know, growing up all my life, it's like, it never even occurred to me that I would have the freedom to wear my hair any kind of way. It was just, we were policing ourselves at that point, you know, and it wasn't until I actually left the state and went to college in New York and really saw that there was more self-expression, which gave me personal courage to start to wear my hair natural. And I'm blessed to be in the entertainment industry, which there's less policing, you know, but it's still, as in a corporate environment, you see that. And so when we see these stories like, you know, the wrestler or DeAndre, you realize that we can use the media to actually kind of empower others and just give voice to that. So hopefully we can make social change, you know.
170 followed by 113. Last question.
Hi, Matthew and Karen. Congratulations. This is Tanja from The Root. I'm so excited for you guys. I was screaming in the press room when you called your name. So what Hair Love was very impactful for me is that these little black girls got to see themselves in this film. So I want to give you space to tell the little black girls and little black boys who want to be in animation, who want to do animation, what do you have to say to them?
You know, this film was for you. You know, all throughout the years, you know, there hasn't been characters specifically in animation that look like you. This film was made for you to see yourself. You know, we have a book that is out in stores as well, and I think the combination of the short and the book has really just been great. You know, we've been really seeing the real life change and the impact. You know, kids reading the book in class, you know, seeing the book in Target and saying, that's me. So it just means the world, and there is space for you in animation, and hopefully this win will help to propel the next generation of you know, diverse people and people of color into that world.
I would just hop on to say Matthew is a storyteller. He came from live action. He didn't have an animation background, but he had a story to tell. And that's what animation, like any other medium, is just a place to tell a story. So for those little girls, or boys, if they have a story to tell, then come on. I'm ready for you. Come on.
113.
Hi, Matthew and Karen. Congratulations on your win. I'm Joe from Shorts TV. Could you just speak a little bit about why you chose the short film format to convey such a powerful message?
Yeah. You know, for me, animation, obviously, it takes a long time to get a film made, oftentimes 4 or 5 years. For me, I'm fairly impatient, and I wanted to do something where we were able to get a story out there a little sooner into the world. You know, it felt urgent, because even back in 2017, every week there was a new story of, you know, a black person not being able to wear their hair at work, a young person not being able to wear their hair in school. And so it just felt like this was the perfect medium so that it could be able to be consumed in places like schools. It could be online so that anybody can enjoy it. And we were really lucky to have that opportunity to be in theaters in front of Angry Birds 2. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.